Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to Xbox On. As you may have seen from our streams on Mixer, we've been playing a fair amount of Black Ops 4 Blackout. So we thought we'd let you know about a few things you're definitely going to want to do, as well as some tips to help you get better at the game and pick up those all-important wins. Unlike multiplayer, you have one life in Blackout. So every single gunfight you enter could spell the end of the match. So you don't ever want to get in a situation where your aim is all over the place and you're not able to land a single shot. So my first tip for you is to go and work on your aim. An easy way to do this, and something that I've been doing for years, is to go into a custom game and play a free-for-all against bots and just make sure the in-game minimap is set to constant. This means you can see exactly where the enemies are and just spend 10 to 15 minutes warming up your shots, so when you get into a gunfight in Blackout, you'll be feeling confident and able to hit your target a lot more easily. Another big tip that you're going to want to go and do straight away before you hop into a game of Blackout is to go into your Blackout settings and change item pickup to press instead of hold. This is single-handedly one of the best settings you can change to improve at Blackout. If you encounter an enemy that doesn't have this setting on, you'll be able to pick up the gun first and get a nice easy kill. You'll also want to change your minimap from circle to square, as it'll give you a larger minimap field of view, which will help a lot. This also means it doesn't constantly move depending on where you're facing, so it's a lot easier to get a sense of what's around you. Those are two settings you need to change before you even get into a game of Blackout, so go do it. If you followed our first tip, your aim will be fairly warmed up. But one thing to also remember, especially when using snipers, is that in Blackout there is bullet drop and bullet travel time. The more you play, the better you'll get at gauging how much to lead your shot by judging how far they are away from you. When you manage to get the knack of it, it is one of the most satisfying experiences you'll get in Call of Duty this year. You'll also need to lead your shots with assault rifles and submachine guns if your opponents are at a distance, so just keep that in mind. The amount of times in Call of Duty Blackout I've seen a player just holding down the trigger in a long-range gunfight is crazy. Get into the habit of burst firing or just doing quick single shots, which are especially easy to do if you're using an elite controller with a trigger lock. It'll allow you to counter the recoil, which makes it so difficult to hit your target at a distance with an assault rifle like the ICR. Burst firing and staying calm in a long-distance fight will be one of the biggest improvements you'll make in Blackout. Talking about staying calm, please do not rush into gunfights. It's one of the biggest mistakes I see on such a regular basis. You see an enemy at any distance and start shooting at them, which in most cases does not result in a kill, but instead pulls every enemy towards you as they hear the gunfire, which 9 times out of 10 results in you being killed. So whenever you see an opponent, make sure you get close enough to them if you're not using a sniper, where you have a higher chance of picking up the kill. Make sure you get some kind of advantage over them, whether that's the high ground or a good piece of cover. Don't let them have a chance of winning in the gunfight. And one way you can make sure they don't stand a chance in a gunfight is by making sure you collect and use as many concussions and 9-bang grenades as you can. Honestly, they are without a doubt the most powerful thing in the entire game. You can even win against entire squads by yourself if you have enough concussion and 9-bang grenades, because they're almost impossible to counter, because it's pretty rare for anyone to be using a trophy system or the reinforced perk. So whenever you see an opponent, throw a concussion or 9-bang at them and be ready to pick up the easiest kill you'll ever get in any situation. It may even be the kill to win you the game. So one thing you'll probably want to do in Blackout is unlock all the character skins. And to do that, you'll have to complete various missions scattered around the Blackout universe. An easy way to get your hands on these is through supply drops. So when you see one in the game, head on over to it, and there's a chance there may be a note inside which will have a mission that you'll need to complete in that game to earn the character skin. So when you get the note, take a look in your inventory at the tasks you need to complete. Then try to complete them before being killed, and then you'll earn the character skin to use in Blackout. One of the most important things in Blackout is the loot. Simply put, the better loot you have, the easier it is to win. So there are a few things you can do to increase your chance of getting better loot. one of which is opening up the mystery box at one of the zombie locations on the map. To make it spawn, you'll need to kill all the zombies in the area, who will also drop loot from equipment to perks and even some weapons, including the ray gun. Once you kill them all, the mystery box will spawn, which will traditionally have a gold gun, which is a gun which has all the required attachments, and it will also likely have either level 3 or level 2 armor. One of the biggest things you can do to improve at Blackout is to use a headset, which will help you hear things such as enemy gunfire to footsteps, but having the ability to hear them easier, be able to clearly tell the direction that they're coming from, gives you a big advantage. So if you can use some headphones, even if it's just some earbuds plugged into your 3.5mm jack on your controller, your chance of picking up on life or death audio cues will increase dramatically. And my final tip is probably one of the bigger ones, and that is to learn to play the circle. This will allow you to be able to minimize the chance of being shot in the back and also reduce the chance you'll be caught in the blue zone. What you'll want to do is try and stick to the edge as much as possible. As the zone moves in, also head to the short side of the circle as it's a lot slower moving. The more you play, the better you'll get at being able to read where enemies are likely to be coming from and adjust accordingly. When you get to the final couple of circles, make sure to think carefully about positioning, such as getting the high ground of the circle and using equipment like grenades to throw at the edge of the circle moving in, where other players will be doing the same thing. But most of all, just practice, practice, practice. The more you play, the more you'll understand, and you'll get better at Blackout in no time at all. So there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to let us know what you think down in the comments below and share any Black Ops 4 Blackout tips you have. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash that thumbs up button. We'll see you next time. Bye.